Alright, so I thought I'd do a quick video. Um, Apple has announced that next week, on Wednesday the 20th, they are going to be having a Mac event. So for those of you who are looking for a Verizon iPhone or new iPads, probably not the event you're going to be looking forward to. Um, they sent out an invitation to come see see a sneak preview of 10.7, I think was what the invitation said. And the invite had a silver, like an aluminum background, aluminum, haha, because all their stuff's aluminum now. Um, and the Apple logo was like a cutout, and it was revolving a little bit. It was like tilted a little bit, and you could see a lion behind it. So I think we now know what the next version of OS X is going to be. Apple OS X 10.7 Lion. Um, so it should be interesting to see. I've got no clue what the features are going to be. Are they going to completely rework the dock? I mean, who knows? I already love OS X, so any improvements that they make just going to be that much better. I would like to see. I would like to see a single. Like an Outlook client. I think if I had to say, well, here's a problem. I would like one program to rule them all. Something that could just um, mail, calendar, address book, because those are three separate programs on Mac. Unless you're using, I think you can maybe use Entourage, um, but you should be able to. There should be one program, especially with MobileMe or an Exchange account. I mean, you should be able to just have everything shloop, and just be one program. That way, I'm not opening address book. I mean, it's nice if you only want to focus on one thing, but if you're switching back and forth, you're, you know, tabbing or using your mouse or your trackpad, so that'd be pretty neat. But other than that, they're probably going to have hooks for touchscreen, I'm assuming, because I'm assuming they're going to have a touchscreen iMac here in the not too distant future. So that's something to look forward to. Also, MacBook Air is due to be refreshed. It's been a long time. There had been some talk about a smaller 11-inch screen, 11.6, I think. So midway between the current MacBook Air and the iPad screen. So size-wise, I'm not sure how big of a niche there is between a tablet and a 13-inch laptop, because I think if you're getting anything lower than a regular MacBook, um, you're going to Windows. I mean, I'm not sure there's a huge market there, but whatever floats their boat. Also, iLife and iWork 11 probably gonna be making an appearance next week. They've been out for almost 2 years, so time for some new software. Um, so pretty good bets for next week, but that'll be Wednesday. I'm not sure. Usually their events are at 10 a.m. Pacific, so 1 Eastern. So if you're on Facebook, my Facebook feed will be blowing up, because I'm trying to think Wednesday. I've got Civ Pro. I'll definitely be on the internet during class that day. Yeah, so that's what's new and coming from Apple. Also, Verizon's announced today that they're going to be selling iPads at Verizon stores. And no, nothing crazy happened. There aren't 3G iPads from Verizon. They are selling iPads with their MiFi device. But if I read the posting, I think it was Boy Genius, they're only giving 1 gig of data, which I think is less than their usual mobile hotspot, but the price is also a lot less. It's like $20 for a gig. So just really for those times when you're away from Wi-Fi. Although I've meant to put a Facebook quote up for a while, and that's that between AT&T's coverage and my school's Wi-Fi, um, your best bet is to send me an email, because I can't, in any of the buildings, I get zero phone reception. I mean, none. So if anybody calls me and a call gets through, I have to tell them I'll call them back, and then call them back on Skype over Wi-Fi. But yesterday, the school's Wi-Fi was acting up so bad that the Skype call was breaking up. So it's just a disaster. But I'm trying to think if that's anything else. Engadget did a review for the Nokia N8 today, which is Nokia's new flagship phone. It's also the first phone to ship with Symbian 3, which is a operating system for Nokia smartphones. Really got slammed in the software. And I think what Nokia, I mean, they are starting from scratch with MeeGo, but I'm not sure that Symbian 3 was worth development cost. I mean, because it got slammed pretty hard. I mean, the hardware was gorgeous. It's one-piece billet aluminum, like the unibody aluminum. Actually, iPhone glass back now, just aluminum sides. Anyways, it's got a 12 megapixel camera. They were talking like digital SLR type photos, and the sample photos were great. Nokia's handsets, they're really rugged. I mean, you can have a Nokia handset for 5-10 years, and I mean, it's still going to be in pretty good shape. So hardware great, software not so much. So hopefully with MeeGo they will step things back up. But oh, Netflix, almost forgot, pretty big announcement. We had known for a while that Netflix was going to be bringing diskless Netflix instantly to the PS3. Right now, if you have a PS3, you have to put in a disc and then load that disc, and that accesses your Netflix queue for watch instantly. It's kind of, I mean, especially if you're a gamer and you've got a game in there and you're like, oh, I want to fire up Netflix. You're swapping discs. It's mildly inconvenient. So they announced today that that will be available starting on the 18th. I need to check the PlayStation Network and see if the app's even out yet. But basically, you download an app to your PS3, you run it on there, and it is the first device or first console, either way, streaming 1080i. I think it's maybe the first. I think it's the first device, period, streaming 1080i from Netflix instantly. If you're on Netflix and you see a movie and I think if you click on the movie title and it takes you to the product information page and it tells you streaming, it'll say like DVD, Blu-ray, streaming. If it's HD, it'll say HD next to streaming. So that's how you'll know. But yeah, 1080i, which is just a step below the highest resolution. Highest resolution is 1080p, and that's just how the image is processed. Complicated stuff, go Wikipedia it. So 1080i video and full surround sound. I think 7.1 actually. So super cool stuff coming from Netflix for your PS3, and look for that starting Monday.